the golden rule. Should be your number one rule in business and in life anyway. But just spend more time being interested in others rather than trying to be interesting to others. It is being other focused. Make it all about your users, all about your customers rather than about you.
Top leaders, meaningful conversation, actionable advice, bulldoze complacency, ignite inspiration, create impact. Produced by Southwestern family of companies. This is the Action Catalyst.
Are you interested in advertising with the Action Catalyst? Our listeners could be hearing about your brand right here, right now. For details, shoot us an email at info@theactioncatalyst.com.
I am so excited about our next guest, Bruce Van Horn. You probably haven't heard of him. He's not Lady Gaga. He's not a celebrity necessarily. He's not somebody who is really something that you would see on TV. And yet he is using Twitter to create an impact in the world, to get his message out there. And I absolutely have been inspired watching it. So we've got him on the show today to talk about Twitter tips for movers and shakers. Bruce Van Horn, welcome to the show, my friend. You know, first of all, why do you think that you have such devout and engaged followers?
It's pretty amazing. And I think the things that I do, I don't think are special. I think that they're just common sense. I'm a little bit confused why more people don't do it. I think the real reason is that I just try to be real. I just try to be a real guy. I'm a dad. I'm a business owner. I'm really interested in things related to leadership. And so I write about those things. I tweet about those things. People are just interested in them. You know, so I share my successes. I share my failures, the things that I'm thinking about. And people have just really sort of bought into that. You know, I don't try to be something that I'm not. I think that's really just it, the authenticity of just sharing what I really am.
What are some of the big mistakes then that you think people make?
Well, I think that they just don't understand the platform. The old school was that you just inundated the marketplace with your brand or your product, hoping to just saturate the market so that when somebody was in the market for a widget, yours the first thing that came to mind. And people that are on social media are on social media because they're actually trying to avoid that. It's not the flyers that come in your mailbox or the junk mail or even the spam that shows up in your mailbox. They're on social media simply for the purpose of connecting. And they just don't want to be bombarded with advertisement. And so Twitter, especially, while Facebook is great, advertisements are certainly making their way into Facebook, and there are pros and cons to that. But especially Twitter, people are there to have short conversations, share what's going on with their lives, or to ask a quick question. And so when businesses are out there on Twitter and all they're doing is tweeting, hey, this product is on sale for such and such, here's the link, or, you know, this product's, and all they're doing is selling, people get really turned off by that because what they really want is to connect. Because, again, the marketplace is shifting and people are interested in building relationships. And so let's just use, for example, I bought a car at CarMax recently, and the guy who sold me my car was so great. He even gave me his home phone number if I had any questions while I was in the buying process.
Wow.
The next time that I'm in the market for a car, I'm going to call him on his cell phone, or I'm going to call him at home. And if he works at CarMax, great. Or if he works at, the next dealership, he's probably going to be my go-to guy the next time I'm in the market for a car. And building relationships with people, that's really what's going to bring them back. Using your marketing efforts, and especially social media, to just be useful, to put information that's useful to your clients that may not necessarily, it's okay to send a link out. If you're running a sale on something, it's a great way to get an instant message out there to somebody so that your customers can come in. And I think what you really need to be doing is just interacting.
So is the strategy then, I want to teach my people to use Twitter to build human connections with you, and, hopefully I'm doing a good job of keeping my people around.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. And I know that a lot of companies worry about that. I think every business owner is concerned when their number one salesperson goes to another company that they're going to take those leads with them. But I really think that that's a fear that's placed in the wrong place.
Bruce, let's say I'm in business. What are the strategies that you have for me that I can do, the practical things that I could do to boost my influence on Twitter?
Sure. I think some of the things are just so common sense that you almost overlook them. I think obviously the golden rule, treat other people as you would have them treat you, should be your number one rule in business and in life anyway. But basically, just spend more time being interested in others rather than trying to be interesting to others. And just being other focused. Make it all about your users, all about your customers rather than about you. Certainly you're going to want to promote your business, but you just don't want to be doing that all of the time. There's so many things that you can do. If you just pay attention, a little bit of attention when you're watching your followers, your Twitter followers will tell you certain things about their lives, things that they're doing, things that they're interested in or excited about. I'm a marathon runner, so I have a lot of followers who tweet about races that they're going to be running. I'll make little notes about that, and a week or so later, I'll send a tweet out and say, "Hey, Brian, how'd you do in the national marathon last month?" And they're really touched by that. So to be aware that you can use Twitter as a way to reach out, not just to your whole audience, but to an individual. For example, Chris Lacurdo, who used to host the Entree Leadership podcast. Chris wound up leaving the Dave Ramsey organization not too long ago to go and do his thing. But he just mentioned in passing that his daughter had been very, very sick and had been in the hospital. And I just sent a tweet out to Chris and say, "Chris, sorry that you left the Dave Ramsey organization. Glad you're doing other things. But by the way, how's your daughter doing?" He was just really touched that I remembered, let alone bothered to ask. I think other things that you need to do on Twitter are be a positive voice, be an encourager. Send tweets out there that encourage people and motivate people to be better than they otherwise would have been. You just never know when somebody's having a bad day and they need to hear something, even if it has nothing to do with your business. Send out some encouraging tweet. Be thankful. A great friend of mine runs a local running store. People come in to his store he encourages people to come in with their race bib from any race that they've run, and he puts their pictures up on his Facebook page, and people eat that up because they love just a little recognition. Also putting links out there, so while you've got a lot of content, there's probably content out there that you haven't written that your followers might be interested in.
Well, folks, there you have it, Bruce Van Horn. Bruce, thank you for being on the show. We really, really appreciate having you.
Great that giving me the opportunity, really do.
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. And to stay updated on everything that the Action Catalyst is up to, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst Podcast and on Twitter at Catalyst_Action. And thanks for listening.